北海公园 Vocabulary List 3 Success Criteria. After you watch this video, you can recognize the character words and you can use the character words to make sentences. Remember, you need to take down the notes and follow me with the pronunciation. Watch it again if you need and make sure you practice on education perfect. 功夫, that means kung fu. So you can see where the word kung fu is from. That's from Chinese word 功夫. So that means martial arts. 比如说，我觉得中国功夫很有意思。I think Chinese kung fu is interesting. 我想学习中国功夫。I would like to learn Chinese kung fu. So let's look at 工, that means work. So on the left hand side, the component is 工 and means work. And on the right, it's indicating strength or muscle. So when we do work, we need some strength to do the work. And fu, the work. So originally fu means adult man. And so it's like a person, but this line is going through these two lines. So it's indicating a man's head. So back in the old days, and Chinese men had long hair, so they need to tie their hair up. But let's just compare this character with Tian. So Tian, this line does not go through, but Fu you have to go through, and this is a man's head. But nowadays, we put them together. Kung Fu means Kung Fu, martial art. 商店 means shop. 比如说，王府井有很多商店。So 王府井 has got a lot of shops. Let's look at the character 商. And people said originally 商 was like a container and people put money into it. But we can also understand this way as a standing person and standing on top of the house. It's like a house. Yeah. So there's two slashes and the mouth, or you can see this as door. So, and the person standing on top of the house, and they're going to do the trade. So, 店, the character has got two parts. So this is 广, like it's indicating a big space. So when we have a shop, we normally are getting into a big space. So, and underneath is 口 as person's mouth there. So it's indicating people and getting into a shop. So these two lines is looking like a counter. Yeah. So when you go to do shopping, you got to go to counter to check out. So 店 means shop. 商 actually originally it means trade. So the shop for doing the trade is shop. Yeah, 商店 put them together, shop. 请 that means please. So this character has got two meanings. So if you want to say please, it's 请. For example, 请坐 that sit down please. But 请 also has got another meaning, like when you shout someone for a meal, we can use 请 as well. For example, 你可以请我吃午饭吗? Can you show me a lunch? That means you pay me for my lunch. And now let's look at this character. 请 on the left hand side is language. If you were to say please, you need language. And on the right hand side, so this is the character for 清. So on top of the character, actually originally it was 生 as like a plant growing from the ground, and underneath it's or you can see nowadays it's like the moon, but you can also see the shape of it. It's like a tray. So you put the color into the tray. So what color of the plant is green. So when the plant is growing, that means the plant is young. Is young. So 青 means green or young. So, but anyway, this is pronounced as 青. So we use language. So 请 means please or show someone a meal. And if we change into heart, so this word also is pronounced as 情. So that means because it has the heart, so that means feeling. And if we put water next to it, that's 清. So that means clear. So a lot of Chinese characters form with the meaning and the pronunciation. 下一个，饭馆 means restaurant. 比如说，你经常去饭馆吃饭吗？ Do you often go to restaurant to eat? So 饭馆 restaurant. Let's break this up. 饭 that is the food components. On the right is 饭. So put them together. 饭 that means meal or cooked rice. 馆 we have learned that before. So there's a food on the right looking like accommodation. It's like a high building. So accommodation plus food, that is hotel. Or nowadays we use it as an indoor building like 体育馆 or 图书馆 library, but put it with 饭, that means meal place, that's restaurant. So what do you think this means? This is 店, isn't it? 饭店. Yeah. So 饭店 is a meal plate, meal shop. Yeah, so nowadays and people put a lot of effort into it to make it into very high standard. So 饭店 means hotel. 烤鸭 that's roast duck. So, and this is a very famous delicacy in Beijing. 比如说，北京烤鸭是北京很有名的菜。So Beijing roast duck is a very famous dish in Beijing. 北京烤鸭. So now let's break this up. 烤 is on the left is fire. So if you want to roast something, you need fire. On the right, it's like an old man. You don't roast an old man, but we just, that means this is the character 烤 means to test. The old man is testing the fire to see if it's at the right temperature. 鸭 is duck. So on the left, it's like a soldier's armor. Yeah. On the right, it's a bird. So duck is kind of bird, but they can't fly too high. So 鸭 duck, 烤 is roast or grill. 烤鸭 roast duck is very famous in Beijing. Now, 听说过. So 听说过 that means have heard. So 过 here is a functional word for present perfect, the tense that you have done something. For example, 你听说过北京烤鸭吗? Have you heard about Beijing roast duck? So have done something is present perfect. So here the structure is the verb 听说 and plus 过. For example, 你去过中国吗? Have you been to China? So now let's look at the character. 听 on the left is the mouth, on the right is like an ear, so you talk talk to an ear and people got to listen. And sure, language component and the person is speaking. So sure, let's speak, and 过. And remember, when we do handwriting, we need like a little 3 here. So we got to write the inside first and walking component after. 过. That means to pass. So this is the mark when you pass someone, you make a mark and you are walking. So but in this context, it's just a functional word for present perfect. 登 that means to climb up. 比如说登长城 climb up the Great Wall 是一个很好的运动 It's a good sport. So let's look at the character 登 So it's like a person's both hands are holding a light, but back in days probably they use different way to make light. And so back in the old days, and Chinese people, when they go to worship, they normally go to maybe the top of the mountain to worship. That's why, and they sincerely hold the light in their hands to worship. That's what it means, 登. So nowadays, 登 it just means going up. 复习 revision. 这是什么？这是功夫。比如说，我觉得中国功夫很有意思。这是什么？这是商店。王府井有很多商店。这是什么？这是请。比如说，请坐请说，对不起，请说，请坐。哦，他要请我吃饭。He want to shout me a meal. 这是什么？这是饭馆。比如说，他要请我去饭馆吃饭。He want to shout me to restaurant for a meal. 这是什么字？这是烤鸭。北京烤鸭是北京很有名的菜。这是什么词？词 means words. So 这是什么词 ？What word is that? So 这是听说过。比如说，你听说过北京烤鸭吗？ Have you heard about 北京烤鸭？这是什么字？这是登。比如说，登长城 climbing up the Great Wall 是一个很好的运动 It's a good sport. 我想去登长城 I would like to climb up the Great Wall.